not exist in its collusion.
Kellyanne Conway with Martha last night on the story. She's pushing back on reports about panic in the West Wing. The White House downplaying the impact of the Mueller report, which should be out in about 24 hours. When I bring in the former independent counsel Ken Starr, author of Contempt, a memoir of the Clinton investigation. Ken Starr, welcome back, live in Dallas today. And you've said some very interesting things this week. Let's see how many we can get to. Number one, you're seeing concerns about the possibility of an anti-Trump slanted Mueller report. To what are you referring?
Well, the report is going to be redacted, so obviously we're not going to see the full report. That's going to be frustrating for all of us, and people will say, where's more and more? But the concern that I think is a fair concern is the report going to be written in a fair and balanced way? It's a concern. Now, why the concern? Because of Bob Mueller, who I hold in very high regard, his choice of staff. So many questions have been raised about that staff and their leanings and so forth. And they've had the opportunity, without any kind of cross-examination, any kind of check, any kind of balance, to write whatever they want to write. And that, I think, legitimately raises concern of fairness and balance.
So we're going to have to digest this. And I think at first glance tomorrow, maybe a very dangerous thing to jump on it. I mean, it might take a day or 2 days or several days to really understand what's in the report. But the other night, you said something else. You said with Shannon, you said we're about to enter a period of enormous frustration and acrimony. Explain that, sir.
The frustration will be we don't have it all. And why don't we have it all? I think Bill Barr, the Attorney General, has very ably and responsibly answered that. There are restrictions on law, grand jury information being the primary example. And then the acrimony will be this cherry picking, right? I think it's inevitable. Aha, do you see this sentence? See that? And what that means is, and then in a lot of interpretation and extrapolation. I completely agree with you, Bill. It would be good if we could call a national timeout and actually review what we have and then come to a more sober judgment. But politics is politics.
And to that end, though, you recommended Bill Barr stand in the halls of justice, to borrow your words there, and explain why he did what he did in the report. That may happen. We're hearing rumors he may hold a press conference Thursday afternoon.
Well, I've had no conversations with Bill Barr, whom I hold in very high regard, but I would just say this. I'm speaking as an alumnus twice of the Justice Department, including serving under Bill Barr. He's extraordinarily able and smart, so he doesn't need my advice. I'm speaking as a citizen who has served in the Justice Department. This would build, I think, public confidence in what he has done if he stands and explains it, rather than waiting for a congressional hearing, which will be a week or who knows how long, and then all of the spinning goes on in the meantime. Let's hear from the Attorney General of the United States. That's my hope.
Last point here. How much do you think we learn about Bill Barr's comment from the hearing last week about the team he's assembling that's looking into the spying of 2016?
I think this is welcome news. All fair-minded Americans should want to know everything. We should want to know everything we can in terms of the Mueller investigation, but also how did the whole special counsel investigation get started? And there are many questions that have been raised, and what Bill Barr said is, there are concerns. He's not jumping to a conclusion. He's a very good lawyer. He's not jumping to a conclusion, but he said, we're going to look into it. And if Bill Barr is personally interested in this, believe me, very talented, honest lawyers, investigators in the Department of Justice are going to get to the bottom of this. And I think it's going to be helpful. Let's not also forget, very briefly, Senator Lindsey Graham, who a couple of weeks ago said the same thing, using the Senate Judiciary Committee apparatus, is essentially a let's shine the light.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Ken Starr. Appreciate the commentary today. You bet. We'll see what we get tomorrow, right? Here's a reminder, the redacted Mueller report set for release tomorrow morning. We will have complete coverage tomorrow morning and throughout the day and beyond right here on the Fox News channel. So stand by, Sandra. Day of drama.
All right. Well, meantime, Fox News returning to Afghanistan.